happens when a Roblox version of a free video game IP gets a little bit too big for its boots. It gets a bit too large for the fish pond. Well, Light Interactive, the developers of Funky Friday, is about to find out, and their Friday is about to get this much less funky. Because from what it seems, the developer of Friday Night Funk and Ninja Muffin is looking at pursuing legal action, or at least legal consulting. And as things always do, it starts with Sonic. It was just a little happy tweet from GameFam. Sonic Prime integration! In addition to blah blah blah, basically announcing that Sonic Speed Simulator is going to be hosting the Sonic Prime Netflix premiere, along with some limited time integrations in a bunch of other games. One of these being Funky Friday. So basically, Funky Friday is officially partnering with the company Sega and getting mad profits from this integration. Then Phantom Arcade, who's a prominent member in the Friday Night Funkin' community, replied, lol. And down below it, Ninja Muffin came in swinging with a hammer with a big, you're right, Dave, let's consult our lawyers about our options. So Funky Friday is officially inside the stoop of Ninja Muffin. He's locked onto them, and this is where the drama begins. This is where it gets real juicy. This is where Sonic runs like 10 miles and ducks for cover. Because then Willow, who's a Funky Friday contributor, retweets saying, this is an obvious joke. Why do people believe this? Yeah, Ninja Muffin's just doing a little silly haha. He's like waggling his finger pretty obviously while he's saying that. He's doing a little jig, a little happy jig. Let's get our lawyers. But then he replies, it's not. So it turns out, yeah, he was serious. He was talking about getting his lawyers involved. And as you can see from the retweets, the quote tweets, and the amount of likes, this is where the meltdown happens. This is where the battle between Friday Night Funkin' and Funky Friday, the communities collide. Carrots replies here, I thought you all allowed people to do whatever with your game, which is true. Up until now, Friday Night Funkin' has had a strict, you can do anything with this. You don't need permission. You could make your mods. You could make socks about it. You could make jackets about it. You could knit your mum a little Friday Night Funkin' boyfriend mitten for her to pull cakes out of the oven with. Crystal replies, man, I thought y'all were cool. But then Tom Rectahall's Hart Jr. here comes in with a huge slice. Like, they slam the dictionary down and they school those kids. And literally Ninja Muffin retweets this tweet. If you're unsure why Funky Friday's Sega collab is a bigger deal than mobile Friday Night Funkin' ripoffs and bootleg plushies, this is the definition. By collabing officially with Sega, people not in the Friday Night Funkin' community will automatically assume Funky Friday is an official Friday Night Funkin' game, just like this. Oh yeah, and it looks like the Sonic the Hedge blog. I love that Twitter name. He retweeted, yeah, it seems they have some weird sort of facts, because like they say Funky Friday is a licensed Friday Night Funkin' game for Roblox. No, I don't think it is a licensed Friday Night Funkin' game. I don't think they ever got a license from Friday Night Funkin', and that is because Friday Night Funkin' said that you can do whatever you want. It also has a Sonic EXE in there, and I watched someone play Sonic Heroes Bingo Highway in the Sonic Schoolhouse. Is this a 6-year-old boy? Wait, what? So it seems that they're worried that this is making Funky Friday seem a bit too official, because kids are gonna be like, what? Sega? Sonic himself is playing in Funky Friday? What? This must be official Friday Night Funkin'. Everything they say must be official. This game really official. Now, someone else brings up a good point saying, what about Roblox games of that sort, which make you pay in-game currency? Is that fair, or would you consider that a breach? So other Friday Night Funkin' games that have some in-game purchases, you know, a little thing to change up your skin, or maybe a little pay to win if you're a Preston, a little Pet Simulator X in there. Ninja Muffin says, if it's some kid, it's whatever, but if it's a company, it makes me angry. In general, microtransaction blah 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 is nasty. I can't really say it's a breach or anything. I'm not a lawyer person. So he seems to be fine with just individuals making stuff, like little teams and little groups, but as soon as it becomes a company like GameFam Studios, which is a big company, or like Sega working with them, that seems to be an issue. Now, Lexio Play Game replied, I'm no legal expert, but jumping straight to a lawsuit seems a bit much. Have you contacted the Funky Friday devs or GameFam? Might be better to get some things cleared up and settle on something, because who knows, if this backfires and you may end up wasting resources. And Ninja Muffin replies, I never said anything about lawsuits, just that we are asking our lawyers what we can do about something we are unhappy with, and also just to make clear that we aren't associated with them. This guy whom I cannot say, turns up the heat a little bit, gives them a little tighter wedgie. If you're involving your lawyers in this, then you're clearly looking for a legal pursuit in some form. Either you're trying to take down the game and force it with legal advantages, or you're going to try to file a lawsuit. It's a fan-made game, exactly like mod. Biased? I don't know what he's trying to say there. But Ninja Muffin says, more like we like their insight on things. If they tell us to let it be, we will let it be. If they tell us to sue, maybe we will sue. Our lawyers are way smarter than us with things like this. So the possibility is there, but the possibility is there that they also just let it ride. Now, this is gonna be a tough battle from the looks of it. Of course, I'm no lawyer. I never studied law school. My brother's studying law, but I don't listen to anything he says, so I don't really know too much. But if we have a look at this, as far as I understand, is from Friday Night Funkin'. This is about the permissions, as it says at the top. They say, little info, you have full permission to stream, let's play, meme, poop, post, do whatever you want with the game. Use the music and videos you do use, art, anything, go crazy, bro. Basically saying you can use it for anything you want. They say full permission to do whatever you want with the game, which would seemingly, as far as I know, include commercial licenses, which is, it's also why you've seen so many like bootleg boyfriend plushies and like that fall apart one day in. Like you literally get your 6-year-old to just be like beep boppa and the head comes flying off after the third bop because it was such a poorly made plushie. Yeah, because they have the permission to do that because Friday Night Funkin' isn't a copyrighted game. And you know, that's been a very respectable part of Friday Night Funkin'. There are not many game studios out there that just let anyone have copyright free reign of the game anymore. I can see why they'd be upset about like bigger studios making a lot more money than the actual Friday Night Funkin' devs would be making from the Friday Night Funkin' intellectual property and that copyright. But at the same time, now they're doing what a few other game developers do, like Scott Cawthon from Friday Night Funkin'. Oh yeah, Friday Night Funkin' at Freddy's, Five Nights at Freddy's, as well as Valve, literally the entire pretty much like Valve enterprise, like Team Fortress 2, Dota 2, all those games. They let any individual just make whatever they want based off the property, but they can't make money off of it without a license. So it's good for mod creators, but bad for other big companies that want to profit off of your work anyway, which honestly, I think that's fair because it's your work. Like, how come Mr. Big Fat Chunky Big Pocket Studio over there gets to reap the rewards when I'm stuck here with my cringe bootleg Friday Night Funkin' plushies? However, overall right now, I'm siding with the Funky Friday developers because up until then, they've had no indication that like Friday Night Funkin' doesn't want them doing what they do because like as you saw earlier with the license, they've had full permissions up until then, blah blah blah. Like maybe if Friday Night Funkin' tells them, all right, no more making money from this, or like no more doing Sega integrations, like official stuff, and they're like, yeah, then maybe the issue will be resolved. But I don't think you can just be like, yeah, everyone has a license, to like immediately stripping away the license and suing them like immediately for publishing that stuff while they had like the permission to do everything license. Again, I'm no lawyer, I have no idea anything with the law. For all I know, the Friday Night Funkin' devs could sue Funky Friday for murder in India or something and they'd win. But that's just my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down below and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a funky Friday. Bye.